Hi, I'm Jasper, I'm transgender, and today is August 30th, which means that it is a month and a half away from my top surgery date. Exactly. So to celebrate, I'm going to go through this non-exhaustive list of things that have made me cry when I realized I'll be able to do them soon. First, we have wearing a shirt and having it touch my chest with nothing in between, like it's just there. This is an activity where you just jump for like an hour. You know when you walk down the stairs and you have a little bit of movement? Binders don't change that. You know when it's summer and dudes like pull up their shirt and they like wipe their forehead with their shirt, and I could do that. I'll be able to hug people like to my chest, and it won't be... Wearing necklaces without being worried about where they're going to sit on my chest, I will have so many. I want to be able to check the mail with like an open button down shirt and like boxers, you know? Like just all of it out. Yes, even the last one made me cry. I'm excited, okay?
Today's gender is no thank you. You can fuck right off with that nonsense. No, 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 no. Oh, and our pronouns are... Hi, Kathy.
Because my cisgender roommate actually took the time to question her gender and come to the conclusion that she is definitely a cisgender woman, we, the non-binary people in her life, have decided to give her a verified blue check mark on her gender. So I think more people should do this. Get your gender verified.
I think it's funny when people are like, don't be trans, you'll confuse the children. And it's like, do any of you guys actually spend any time around children? Because I work with children, and I introduce myself as Mr. Hugo, and they're not like, but you don't look like it. They're like, oh, cool, Mr. Hugo. I'm playing a game where the race car lives in the house. Like, they don't care at all. Like, I don't know. I have a student who consistently calls me Mr., but sometimes calls me a coworker's name. Like, he'll call me Mr. Katie. Like, this kid's not confused about whether or not I'm a boy or a girl. Like, he knows I'm a boy. He doesn't care. Like, they're not confused. If anything, I'm confused because they're always trying to describe to me the plots of movies or TV shows that I've never heard of.
I look like this, and men still hit on me. It's a confusing experience for everybody involved, but here's the thing. If they're not being rude, and I feel safe, I like to hear them out. I like to hear the pitch. Because, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna be my soulmate? And sure, I'm in a lesbian marriage, right? But if I told my wife that I met my soulmate in the candy aisle at Target, she would have questions, but I think she would let me go. She's that good of a woman. So here's how it'll usually go. They'll come up to me at, like, the grocery store and just be like, "Excuse me, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." And I just have to be like, alright. But then they'll look at me like, I don't know what to do next. And I'm like, dude, you walked up to me. What, you need help? Here's why I find it confusing. I think I'm a very mask-presenting lesbian. But the men coming up to me, you know, they have a bit of a macho vibe. And I don't want to presume to know anything about anybody's sexual orientation. Maybe they are coming up to me because my feminine beauty is like a siren song to them as I struggle to find the biggest bag of Sour Patch Kids in the store. I wouldn't judge if it was masculine beauty bringing them to me, though, because a lot of them do look up to me like, "Puppy? Sorry. Puppy? Sorry." I know my face is very confusing. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. And I will say, you know, I've had not so pleasant experiences, but I don't really want to focus on that right now. So here's how it'll usually end. They'll just be like, "Hey, do you think I could get your number?" And I have to be like, "Well, I'm married to this woman over here. Sorry." And then I get to watch the slow realization wash over them that, oh, obviously that's what's going on here. I had a guy look at me once and be like, "Oh, word?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, word." He was like, "I'm so sorry I didn't catch that." And I was like, "It's alright, buddy. We all had a big day today."
Hey, partner just left for work. Y'all know what that means. I'm sad.
I think my gender switched again. Oh no. Oh no.
Trans mask? No, I'm trans femme.
This is for the Lions.
I went to the doctor for the first time in a while recently. Nothing major. It was just a general checkup. Though it is nacho fry season, and for some reason around this time of year, I always get a slight case of the shitting myself. Armed with the best medical insurance a begrudging retail company can provide, I decided to get to the bottom of this problem, but very quickly realized there was another problem as my new primary care physician greeted me like this. Okay, so, you here for a pap smear or what? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm proud of where my transition has taken me, but there's just some things HRT won't do and a COVID mask won't cover. So I respond, no. And before we proceed, I should probably let you know that I am transgender. And what this doctor hits me with next will haunt me for years. Alright. Which way? Gee, Doc, I don't know. At this point, I've honestly lost track. I was trying to help this guy out. Paint broad strokes, paint by numbers shit. But now he wants to get into the fine details of the road that I've taken through gender and every single curve my sexy ass has hit along the way. And I hate that. I can't retrace my steps right now. It's 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm deep inside my own brain trying to figure out how to simplify this even further for a man with a goddamn PhD. I could maybe reach into my kin list from when I was 14 on Tumblr. Would that help? Doc, do you know Krona from Soul Eater? It's kind of like that, but only sometimes. The doctor senses my internal dismay and says, I just need to know where you are right now and where you want to go. So I tell him I currently have the funnier set of genitals and I plan on keeping it that way. He goes, whatever, slides on a glove, wears my colon for a few minutes, and when he takes it out, he says, gross, smells like fire sauce. My official diagnosis was that I should eat a vegetable and drink more liquids that have not been Baja blasted.
This is a bucket.
Dear God.
There's more.
No.
There's no longer country, only corporate colors. Color makes us hungry, hunger makes us human. Everyone can see it, everything's connected.
Okay, y'all, I've been using minoxidil for a little over 4 months now. And you might be wondering, why can't I see any of it? And why do you only have a mustache on in some of your videos? It's because I have naturally blonde hair. You can see it at my roots. I darken my mustache with mascara when I feel like putting it on, but that's gonna change today. I'm dyeing it with beard dye. So now I have to mix equal parts of these two things. So I have that, and now I just gotta mix it with the bottom of this thing. Now that I have it all mixed up, I put it on my face and wait for 5 minutes. I look like I have a face mask on. It's been 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go wash it off. Okay, so it stained my skin a little bit, as you can see. But on the bright side, I kind of look like Dobby from My Hero Academia. I'm gonna remove the rest of it with alcohol, then show you all the final result. It's the next day because I was lazy, but I'm wearing no mascara. Holy fuck.
New bottom surgery just dropped. Last phase of cute Josie. Skirt go spinny. You look so good. Okay. 360. No. Spin faster. Oh, wait. Hello? Oh, I get it!
What does the order mean?
They, she?
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't want to fuck it up. Is it, what does that mean? You said she, they, and then you said, oh wait, no, they use they, she. Which one do I use?
They more than she.
Oh God. Okay, how much more though? Is it like, am I being an asshole if I say like they like 4 times and she 2 times? Or is it like 60-40? 65-35?
I will never forget the 85-year-old man in my fundamentals of costume making class who on the first day introduced himself by saying his pronouns were he, him, but he would also accept old and retired, and that the only reason he was taking the class was to make better quality cosplays.
Seen a lot of commotion on here about the slutty male outfit, but I think you guys are confused. I think y'all are confused about what a slutty male outfit is. Buttoning your button down 3 extra buttons is not a slutty male outfit. Oh, now this is a slutty male outfit. So, can we get a little commotion for the dress? Come on now. Come on. Hello. This is the go-to every day. Crop top workout shorts. It's slutty, it's sporty, it's timeless. Tied up in the front. Now you got a crop top button up. I don't wear long pants, I always wear shorts. Gotta have my thighs out. I don't wear pants unless I'm at work, and if I do wear pants, they have to be so tight that my cervix is showing. Another slutty option is just vintage women's lingerie. I hope that clears some things up for y'all. Thank you.
I wish I could be a girl, and really I'd prefer it if you would use I, me, myself. Am I pretty enough? Am I pretty enough to fucking die?
I'm at the point in my transition where I don't pass perfectly, but I pass just enough that transphobes are too scared to call me on it. I've been in bathrooms before where people are like, I think that's a but I can't risk it. That's my plan if I ever get called out. Some lady's like, you're in the ladies' room. Be like, I am a lady. How dare you? How do you like that, America? I'm playing 3D chess on your ass.
Oh, how awful. Did he at least die painlessly? To shreds, you say? Well, how is his wife holding up? To shreds, you say? Very well then. Good news, everyone!
What you got, sir? So far, I found pork and beans. Pork and beans. Pork and beans. Found. You had me, then you lost me. Hot sauce. Hot sauce, I'm back in. Hey.
So yesterday, a commenter informed me that I'm a woman, and me using she, they pronouns does not make me trans. Which, yes, absolutely, gender does not equal pronouns. I mean, obviously, what makes me trans is my massive...
As a man, why do you need emojis?
Some people are gay, Kate.
This was left on a video where I said that I believe that young trans masculine people who want to start biting their chest should try to wait before they do, and actually dysphoria being so hard to deal with is part of the reason why. A chest binder is a tool that can and will hurt your body and hurt it for a long time, and when you're 12, 13, 14, you don't really have a grasp of that. All that you know is that in the moment you feel so good and affirmed in your body. I know that for me, when I got my first binder at 14, that feeling was much stronger than the worry in my head that I could do damage to myself, you know? So even though I had been content for years wearing a tight sports bra, and honestly, it alleviated my gender dysphoria pretty well. Once I saw what I could look like, how flat I could be, I was constantly striving for that, and it distressed me so bad when I couldn't reach it. Owning a binder actually made my chest dysphoria much, much worse. And this isn't me saying do not bind, but I don't think that people should feel like they have to bind or like binding is their only option, because it is dangerous. Look at the comments of that video. It's so many people who are talking about how they started binding too young and now their body is fucked up. I just feel like we need to exercise more caution as a community and not present binding to young teenagers as something you need to do full time. And if you watching are a young teenager who binds your chest, please listen. You are not an exception to the rule. If you overbind, you are going to hurt yourself like everyone else who has said that they have. And I don't mean to demonize chest binders. They can do wonderful things for people. But they need to be taken more seriously. It's not a casual decision that you make.
Think I gotta wonder where went that bottom mushroom.
What's up with toilet signs?
Me and the boys Aiden, Jaden, Caden, Tyler, Skylar, Casper, Jasper, Noah, Kai, Max, and Bartholomew the Third pulling up to the Noble's bathroom.
No, the fuck I do not. Get that shit away from me. Ooh, smelly, stinky, Fuck that shit, bitch.
Well, what can I say? You know, I'm just the type of guy who tells it like it is. And sometimes, just between me and you, I tell it like it isn't. And that is called lying.
It is perhaps a modern-day miracle that the rat from Fantastic Mr. Fox never became a Tumblr sexy man.
How does one pose masculinely without a masculine body?
Hi, so I decided to go for the extra credit and put on a dress so I can help you visualize my answer to your question. And the thing with presenting masculine versus feminine is that it's not tied to your gender. It's also not tied to what you're wearing, which is why I'm wearing a dress, and that just to show you that you can be masculine wearing a dress, right? It can possibly inspire, but it's not limited to, right? So the best way I like to think about masculine and feminine poses is to think about superheroes. Think about how Poison Ivy moves. She's bringing the energy towards her, right? Bring the energy towards her. When she's sitting down, same thing, right? Same thing, but now think about Wonder Woman. She's opening up. She's opening up. She's bringing the energy out towards her. Maybe she has her hand back here, right? When she's sitting down, she's not closing in like this. She's opening up. Maybe she has her shield or her sword more so, and the shield right here. And she's opening up, watching over everyone. So, let's say you're taking a selfie. How do you apply this? You're up close here. You're not closing up here. You're opening up. You're opening up, leaning towards. You're not shying away, leaning towards. Right? You're opening up the chest towards the camera, bringing the energy out. And that is a quick crash course on masculine poses that's not tied to your gender, body, whatever you're wearing, whatever it is. Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of comments that say I look like Germa as both a compliment and an insult, which is confusing for me because I'm not a Germa fan. Or a germaphobe for that matter. Most of these comments were on a video where I was talking about passing as a man, which was extra funny because half the hate comments were, "Oh, you look like a pussy vagina woman, female, female." And then the other half of the hate comments were, "Haha, you look like this man."
We go to bed, you doze off, so I take your country girl clothes off. I put my hands on your body, it feels like, hey, it's a fucking scarecrow again.
Today's gender... Today's gender's been canceled. I look too good for a gender today.
I'd like to apologize to anyone I've not offended yet. Please be patient. I'll get to you shortly. Yeah, I'm a pacifist. I'm about to pass a fist across your face.
For the snakes.
The reason why you always hear straight people saying, no, 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 don't cut your own hair, is because they're afraid of being bald. They're scared of shaving their head. No bad haircut cannot be fixed by being bald. It's that easy.
Great news, everybody! I've decided to move past the transgender label. That's right, I've recovered, no longer trans. Now, I propose the term super cis, meaning that my body and my gender are exactly what they're supposed to be. For me, personally, that means I'm a man with a pussy.
I have friends, I definitely have friends. Friends, friends, friendly friends, time to meet my friends. I'm Paula!
Daryl!
People be like, oh, you're not that guy, and then there's me, existing, literally being that guy.
Okay, hear me out on this one. You can't pick one character to kin from a source, so you make your little character horoscope. For example, for the Magnus Archives, I would be a Tim Sun, Martin Moon, Jerry Rising with a Mercury and John. I like this system because it is somehow more homosexual behavior than just kinning a character from a podcast for fun. And also, it gives more information about me, and I love talking about myself. Anyway, if any of y'all have some Peter Lucas placements,